sa nakikita ko, I'm very sorry, Secretary Frasco, parang lumilitaw na ikaw ay nagiging vlogger na uh, it will not sell pag doon sa mga marketing materials natin, puro mukha mo ang nakalagay doon. It shouldn't happen kasi another thing one thing na na-notice ko, halimbawa, meron tong sa Japan. Japan ba ito? Na magazine. I think it's a free magazine. Pagkakataon na sana natin na para sumikat tayo sa Japan, yung tourism industry natin, sa halip, ang nakalagay dito, ikaw, and then yung mga groundbreaking, pinapakita natin sa halip na dapat ipapakita natin yung underground river, the eight wonders of the world, ata yun, Tabon Cave, etc. Ang pinakita doon, kayo po, at saka yung mga groundbreaking ceremony, which will not sell. Then isa pa po, meron ditong promotion na kayo po'y nakasakay sa bangka and you're promoting the Philippines at kayo po'y nakadamit ng mga bulaklakin at sa Lake Cebu ba ito? Ito ba'y walang authorization nyo rin na ilalagay po yung mukha nyo doon sa cover ng magazine na kayo po'y nakabihis at parang nag-invite ng mga tourist? Hindi na lang po model na taga mismo native po sa lugar na yon, nakilala sa lugar na yon. Why you?
That photo was taken during my presence at the
Yes, ma'am,
South
I know, I
Cotabato.
understand.
Yes.
We don't have any fight on that matter. What I'm trying to say is, someone who's recognized in that community, in that place, yung kilala, kunyari, miss kung anong bansa, ano bang lugar po yan?
That's Lake Cebu.
Cebu. Oh, how about
Lake Cebu. Yes.
Lake Cebu in Cebu?
In South
And
Cotabato.
so, how about Miss Cotabato instead of you? Nakilala sa lugar na yan.
Senator
So,
Tulfo, let me clarify
No,
that.
no, ma'am, let me finish
Yes.
first.
Mm.
Kanina hindi kita in-interrupt. So bakit hindi na lang po yung isang native na kilala ng mga tao na kapag nakita nila, maagad-agad maintindihan nila bakit siya nandyan as opposed to ikaw. Isa pa po. Ma'am, these are the things that I'm trying to voice out today. Nothing personal, nothing about you. These are the complaints that my office received, my action center received. They came to me and they talked to me and they told me everything I'm telling you now. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I've seen a report that says last year there was a 2.2% drop in our tourism or tourist visit to our country. And yung pre-pandemic years, hindi na tayo naka-recover and it keeps dropping. And of course, may mga reasons binigay sa atin ng ating gobyerno, Department of Tourism. Nandiyan yung infrastructure na pag-usapan natin kanina, yung airport, seaport, of course, airfares, roads, etc. And dagdag pa dyan, sabi nga ng Department of Tourism, maliit lang yung budget natin sa marketing, $52 million compared to $52 million compared to hundreds of millions of dollars sa other countries. So, ang point ko rito ngayon is kung anong meron, pagtiyagaan na lang natin siguro muna. Okay? So, having said that, para sa akin, ang focus siguro natin sa marketing, nakikita ko. Pero bago natin pag-usapan sa marketing, pag-usapan muna natin anong reason bakit nagkaroon ng draft ng tourist visit from Korea. And isa dyan, nakita ko ata dahil may namatay ata na Korean tourist. So kumalat yun sa Korea. So peace and order, is that a problem? And then number two, bakit nagkaroon ng big drop sa tourist arrivals from China? Is it because of West Philippine Sea, may tension sa country ng Philippines and China? So naging maigpit ang China sa kanilang mga advisories dahil na wag pumunta mo ng Pilipinas and all. Now, let's talk about marketing. Okay, yes, $52 million. That's roughly 3 billion pesos. Bakit hindi tayo makipag-tie up sa mga travel bloggers? Marami yan mga travel bloggers. We connect with them, whether local or abroad. So kung target natin ay mga Korean tourist, so dapat makipag-tie up tayo sa mga vloggers ng mga Koreano. Kung target natin Japan, makipag-tie up tayo sa mga vloggers na Japanese para i-promote yung ating bansa. I think kulang tayo sa departamentong yan. And may nakita akong vlog ng Amerikano, Mr. Chair, sa TikTok, sinisiraan tayo. Sa halip na puriin tayo, ang nakalagay pa ata doon, Boracay, ano bang caption niya doon? Paradise or scam? Para malaman ng ating Secretary ng Tourism, pagdating mo doon sa Boracay, meron kang nakalagay doon, non-tourist and tourist. So merong pila ang non-tourist at may pila ang tourist. Sa tourist, foreign tourist. Nakalagay pala local tourist and then foreign tourist. Merong limang pupuntang kang booth at bawat booth mag-register ka doon at meron kang babayaran. Doon pa lang nakikita na parang scam agad. This is going to Boracay. So ba't kinakailangan pang pipila ka ng maraming beses para lamang ikaw ay makasakay sa bangka? And then bakit kailangan pa, kini-question niya, ba't kailangan pa magbayad sa environmental fee? Why do they have, anyway, lahat naman ng turista, whether local or foreign, why do we have to pay for environmental fee going to Boracay? Saan napupunta yon? Sana i-absorb na lang yon ng mga hotels. Doon na lang dapat sa hotel. Quietly na pwedeng idagdag na doon. Bakit kailangan pang ibalanda natin na kailangan niyo magbayad ng environmental fees? So yan siguro we have to eliminate doon sa Boracay at napakaraming dadaan ng mga booth para lamang makapunta ka ng Boracay. And
I
then,
agree, Senator Tulfo. May experience din ako dahil ako'y mahilig magmotor. Pag pumunta ko rin sa mga bundok, no? Yung mga tourist destinations, may environmental fee, maraming tourism fee, maraming pang fee. Minsan kasi siguro yung mga LGUs, nagiging enterprising sila, naghahanap din sila. So dapat yun pag-usap-usap, mamaya marinig natin kay Secretary Frasco. Saan pa yung may mga ganyang problema? Thank you
sana
for
pupunta yung
bringing it up.
budget na yon. So
Tama.
siguro ito napupunta sa mga LGU. I'm sorry to say na baka kinukurakot lang ng mga taga-LGU yung environmental fee at kung ano ng mga fees na sinisingil. At wala naman tayo nakikita ng mga taga-LGU na naglilinis ng mga karagatan, mga beach, or anything like that. Wala eh. Ang nakikita ko, alam mo, sa Boracay, harap mo, linis mo. Ibig sabihin, yung hotel, ang lilinis ng harap niya. Wala akong nakikita ng taga-LGU. So why charge for environmental fees na mapupunta sa LGU or sa DOT na hindi naman napupunta? Doon talaga sa dapat pupuntahan. Isa pa sa nakikita ko, I'm very sorry, Secretary Frasco, parang lumilitaw na ikaw ay nagiging vlogger na it will not sell pag doon sa mga marketing materials natin, puro mukha mo ang nakalagay doon. It shouldn't happen kasi another thing one thing na na-notice ko, halimbawa, meron tong sa Japan ba ito? Magazine. I think it's a free magazine. Pagkakataon na sana natin na para sumikat tayo sa Japan, yung tourism industry natin, sa halip, ang nakalagay dito, ikaw ng ikaw, and then yung mga groundbreaking, pinapakita natin sa halip na dapat ipapakita natin yung underground river, the 8 wonders of the world, yun, Tabon Cave, etc. Ang pinakita doon, kayo po, at saka yung mga groundbreaking ceremony, which will not sell. If we want to sell something, pakita po natin yung mga tanawin o yung mga reasons why tourists will visit the country. Kasama na po dyan yung mga lugar na pwede pupuntahan, food, wellness, di ba, adventure. Those are the things that people would like to see, the tourists. And pumunta po ako sa website natin, wala ako masyadong nakikita ng mga lugar na kaakit-akit na para mainganyo yung mga tourist na pumunta. Nakikita ko puro mga festivals. I don't know kung iba yung napupuntahan ko website. Yeah, maganda po yung festivals. Pero kung kailangan natin talagang ma-invite yung mga tourists to come to our country, ano ba yung reason ba't nagtutour yung mga tao? Hindi naman po sa puro festival ang pinupunta ng mga turista rito. Of course, maganda yung festival. Pupunta sila rito for adventure, wellness, food, culture, and things like that. So yun po dapat ang binebenta natin. Huwag po natin ibinebenta yung maling mga bagay na hindi naman in-expect ng tourists when they arrive in our country. And lastly, dapat yung pagdating pa lamang sa airport, we have to identify who are the tourists, if possible, na vlogger. Kasi malaking dagok to sa atin na pag meron isang vlogger pumunta rito tapos siniraan tayo, magkakaroon ng domino effect yun sa bansa na kung saan sila, not only dun bansa sa kung saan sila, kundi pati yung mga followers nila. Tulad nitong American na vlogger, meron pang isa siniraan tayo, at least itong American, medyo Pino pa siya. Kaya lang, nakakasira. So, dapat po, DOT, makipag-tie up po tayo sa mga local vloggers. Marami naman tayong mga local vloggers dito eh. Makipag-tie up po tayo sa mga foreign vloggers. I'm sure makakatulong in one way or the other thing. Magkaroon sariling budget yung DOT para sa mga infra projects, lalo sa mga kalsada. Kasi sinong manggaganahan pupunta sa isang liblib na tourist destination kung lubak-lubak, mati-turn off tapos maputik. Pero kung yung kasada, isa pa palang factor, Mr. Chair, kaya medyo bumaba rin yung tourist visits sa ating bansa. I-factor in natin yung mga nangyaring disaster recently sa Cebu. Kasi ang Cebu, isa sa mga tourist destination yan eh. Tuloy-tuloy na earthquake, tapos yung landslide, plus yung mga bagyo. So siguro pagdating ng mga summer, meron tayo dapat mga promo na para buhos yung dating ng mga turista. I think, what do you think, Secretary?
Senator, no less than 31 travel alerts were issued by countries last year in light of the earthquakes, the super typhoons, the floodings, and other issues of national importance that cause public disturbances. And our data shows that every time a travel alert is issued, the daily arrival also is negatively impacted. As far as Cebu is concerned, we're not waiting for the summer to intervene. We have already launched the Visit Cebu campaign. This was early January, wherein we partnered with Cebu Pacific as well as the Hotel, Resorts, and Restaurants Association of Cebu, wherein if tourists from 6 specific markets that include South Korea, China, Japan, Thailand, among others, purchase a travel package of around 2 to 3 days, we give them 1 extra night for free coming into the country if they ride Cebu Pacific as well. So what we have seen from this early intervention is that numbers are starting to pick up for Cebu. And of course, the hosting of the ASEAN Tourism Forum was also very helpful. Partial numbers would indicate that apart from the international tourist arrivals, the value of having had this hosting has already yielded around 1.4 billion pesos in sales leads, and that's just from around 81% of the sellers that participated in the travel exchange.
Okay. Mrs.
Kailangan magtulungan, di ba, James? Tayo policymakers, actually lawmakers. So we really have to help. Promotions on tourism, okay. Ang mandato nyo, di ba? Promote eh. Ang inyong infrastructure arm is TIEZA, pero limitado din ang TIEZA. So, you can only do so much if peace and order and our national image is bad. Pag puro na lang nag-aaway na politiko, there are 2 impeachment complaints in the two highest offices only in the Philippines. And then all the flood control anomalies and the negativity of all the hearings. And then politicians among all of us then just fighting each other. That's negativity. Why don't we bring out the best in the Filipino? And there's so much good in us. That's why I always like to defend. Defend yung mga madalas i-bash. Marami kayong pagkakasala, ha? Marami tayong pagkakasala. Marami tayong pagkukulang. But we owe it to our people to explain. Diba? Kasi, yan, kaya linabas natin yung mawawalan ng flights. Kasi bash naman, bagong airport, ba't walang flight? Bulok! Ganun na naman. Andali manira. But remember, bawat paninira mo, diba, 4 na fingers nakaturo sa atin. Kaya tulungan natin ang tourism. Sen JV and I, super supportive. And we know you're trying your best. Yeah. Diba? Yun. Tourism is just one. Yeah. It's the lowest hanging fruit. Pero maganda yung balita na bagamat hindi tayo mahambing sa Thailand, na ilan na sila? 30 million ba ang Thailand? Pero yung ating tourism arrivals at saka yung tourism receipts ay base na rin sa foreigners at sa domestic tourism ay mataas. Oo. Gusto ko lang ilagay on record yung binanggit natin nung hearing nung Desyembre, yung ating tourism receipts at yung, can you put that on record? Not just the arrivals, but also the tourism receipts from domestic tourism. Secretary Frasco.
Madam Senator, the Philippine Statistics Authority reports that Philippine tourism contributed no less than 3.86 trillion pesos as a combination of international and local domestic receipts. This far exceeds the numbers that we had during the pandemic. On the aspect of employment, Philippine tourism ranks among one of the highest employers in Southeast Asia, with no less than 16.4 million Filipinos employed directly and indirectly, accounting for around 34% of the entire national employment. With regard to domestic tourism, according to the PSA, a total number of 134 million domestic trips were taken in 2024 vis-a-vis only 122 million in 2019. These numbers were then interpreted by the World Travel and Tourism Council, which indicated that the domestic tourism portfolio of the Philippines ranks number 1 in Southeast Asia, valued at no less than 70 billion US dollars. We have just completed the successful hosting of the ASEAN Tourism Forum 2026, at which the World Travel and Tourism Council once again affirmed the economic powerhouse that is tourism in the Philippines by way of their economic impact report that indicates that the Philippines ranks first in terms of GDP contribution in Southeast Asia as far as all 11 tourism economies are concerned. And this is valued currently at no less than over 91 billion US dollars.
Percentage of GDP is this?
They have calculated 23% of the total national employment, and that is their basis of calculation of the GDP.
I'd like to have more details of that. That's high. 23%. Parang hindi yan yung aking nabasa. Maybe
It's very new.
it would be good to give us share that 23%.
Yes, Madam Senator. They released this report during the ministerial meetings of the ASEAN tourism ministers just a few days ago. So we would be happy to provide you with this report, as this is additional affirmation that the work that the Department of Tourism and its partner agencies under the Marcos of administration of increasing the value of tourism beyond mere international arrivals is actually bearing fruit. Thank you.
Can you repeat your last sentence? Beyond mere international arrivals, what did you say? Sorry.
What I said was that the report of the World Travel and Tourism Council is an affirmation that the work that the Department of Tourism and its partner government agencies under the Marcos administration of focusing on building the value of tourism beyond mere international arrivals is bearing fruit.
Correct. Ibig sabihin, hindi natin dapat sukatin ang pakinabang ng turismo sa ating bansa ayon lang sa numero ng arrivals. Dahil nakikita natin, una iba tayo, hindi tayo landlocked gaya ng ibang bansa sa ASEAN. No, kailangan syempre lumipad papunta sa atin o magbarko. Yon. Pangalawa, yung challenge ng ating domestic travel, hindi naman pupunta lang sa Maynila. Gusto magpunta ng Palawan, gusto magpunta ng Panay, o gusto magpunta ng Region 8 sa Samar, etc. So yun. So bigay nyo sa amin yung bagong report na yan ayon sa ministerial forum na ginanap sa ASEAN Tourism Forum. At kagabi, nakita kita sa bulletin anniversary, Sec Frasco, may binanggit ka, maingay, hindi ko masyadong nag-grasp. Can you put on record, is this what you're saying now? Or was there another figure that you said? You said, there's good news and it got lost among the crowd.
Another piece of good news that we would like to report is that in conjunction with the ministerial meetings, the Philippines also hosted the Travel Exchange or TRAVEX in the ASEAN Tourism Forum. This brought together buyers from all over the region to have business-to-business meetings with sellers from across our destinations in the country. And 81% of our sellers have so far reported sales leads of over 1.4 billion pesos. And this is just in a matter of 2 days.
Sales leads due to what?
Due to tourism packages that were booked in hotels, accommodations, resorts,
No, but ibig
transport.
sabihin, itong leads na ito ay dahil sa promotions o dahil sa aggressiveness ng pribadong sektor ng mga tour operators? What is it? And when were the promotions done, if any, leading to this 1+ billion sales leads?
We're very grateful for all the work of the private sector, and we have a very robust partnership with them. They're actually here today, the Philippine Tour Operators Association, the Philippine Travel Agencies Association, and the rest of our partners. We've all come together to help each other in promoting our destinations. And what happened during the travel exchange at the Philippine Pavilion was that there were physical sellers. So from hotels, resorts, travel agencies, tour operators, nagkaroon sila ng mga meetings with foreign buyers who buy travel and tour packages in bulk. And then what they have reported to us is the figure of 1.4 billion pesos that
The 1.2 billion pesos sales leads become actual sales? And what percentage really actualizes into sales? May you know?
yes, we anticipate that that will actualize within the year, because these tourism packages are sold to cover a host of destinations and time periods in the country.
Number one destination.
Well, by virtue of its international connectivity, NCR is always the highest.
What is a jump off
Rank.
point?
Yes. Second to that would be Cebu. They're actually now coming close to their pre-pandemic capacity, considering that they have just reached the 10 million mark as far as arrivals are concerned. Batangas, Palawan, also fast arising is Bohol. And then Aklan, of course, is a very consistent destination as well.
Nothing in Mindanao?
Northern Mindanao, by virtue of the recently privatized Laguindingan Airport in Cagayan, is also quite prominent, as well as sa Bukidnon, and of course Davao, with its international gateway, is also consistent in delivering international arrivals.
Mr. Chair, maganda yung lahat ng binanggit ni Secretary. Meron ang daming magaganda na siguro hindi pinopromote, pero yan, nandyan ang mga tour operators. Gawa kayo ng, let's say, fly to Jensan, syempre malayo at saka baka mahal ang fare. Then go to Coronadal. And then to Lake Cebu. Diba? 45 minutes, another 45 minutes. And then you go to the 4 manlilikha ng Bayan Awards. Syempre ito, targeted talaga yung consumer nito. Hindi basta-basta mahilig sa kultura. Pero ang ganda. Then you see a beautiful Lake Cebu. 2 o 3 lake yun eh. But yung Lake Cebu with the indigenous people, the Tibolis and the, what are the IPs in Coronadal? Ako you were with me. Anyway, yeah, the Tibolis in Lake Cebu, the Balan in Coronadal. Hindi pinupuntahan ng turista, pero magandang gawa ng tour. 'Di ba? Even for domestic tourists, ang daming ganyan na hindi naman yung tradition, hindi naman kailangan puro beach. Maganda, you promote diving, tama yon. Hindi lahat naman beach, even just to embrace culture. Tapos, pagkain, masarap ang mga prutas. In fact, when I talk to my staff, you know, these people, they go to Hong Kong, they go to Taiwan, to Vietnam. They've not set foot in Iloilo. They've not set foot in Mindanao. Pinagagalitan ko nga, gusto mag-abroad, pag nakaipon, pupuntang Bangkok, pupuntang Hong Kong. Hindi pa nakapuntang Iloilo o Cebu o Davao. Oh, ganun. So kasi yun ang ating mindset. Pero ang dami, I'd like to work with tour packages, tour operators. And maybe, may I suggest, Mr. Chair, I'm sure you like this, we can have a hearing in the province so that we're not in this ugly room in the Senate, right? We can have it in not expensive resorts, in public places na, in a Tieza area. Yan, mag-host si Senator Mark. Even let's say Pampanga or in Luzon or maybe in the Visayas somewhere, wag na munang Cebu kasi puro Cebu tayo. Busuanga, ayan. Magbuswanga tayo, ang ganda-ganda. Ang Coron. Oo. Tas alika na sa Kalawit Island. Oh, ang Kalawit nung pinupuntahan ko pa yan noong 1986 ay 3 oras na naka-outrigger akong bangka. Ngayon, meron na palang access na kalsada at may bridge papuntang Kalawit. Ilang minuto na lang yan. Tapos pinupuntahan ko dati ang Dimakya na naging ngayon ay Discovery. Pero 1986, Dimakya Island yon. Wala akong kasama kundi Calamian Deer. Oo. Anyway, balik tanaw. No? So, my point is, we can have hearings so that we can also hear the locals. Oo. Para din sakyan natin yung airlines, yung PAL, para wag mo na magsara. Oo. Tapos syempre, kikita sila pag nandiyan yung COMSEC natin, yung mga staff natin. Huwag mo na kayo magsara, ha? Oo. Sige.
At this point,
Okay.
Senator Lore, I'd like to ask kanina pa kasi Secretary Frasco. I promised to release her earlier, but
Okay, Mr. Chair.
thank you. Probably we can continue.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Secretary Frasco.
may I be given an opportunity to?
Yes, please.
Yes. First of all, Mr. Chair, I'm very grateful to Senator Tulfo for bringing up the necessary interventions as far as safety and security is concerned, as this is indeed one of the most important sources of travel confidence coming into the country. And therefore, we are in full agreement that there is a need to ensure that the whole of government is working as far as tourist safety. On the side of the Department of Tourism, to the extent that our mandate allows, our Office of Human Capital Development has trained over 8,000 tourist police that are designated in various destinations in the country in partnership with the Department of Interior and the PNP. In addition to this, in conjunction with our work with the Korean Embassy as well as the Korean Cultural Center, we have also begun trainings on Korean-speaking tourist police. Third, with the establishment of the Tourist Assistance Call Center, a first in the Philippines, we have also already trained and deployed Korean-speaking call center agents. The call center is 151 Tour or 8687, and it has already received over 23,000 calls. But then again, all of these efforts are for naught with a single or repeated instance of harm put upon our tourists by lawless elements. This is why we continue with our advocacy that tourist safety should be a top priority. So prevailing has been this advocacy on the part of the Department of Tourism that we have actually proposed the convening of a national tourism task force on tourist safety. My understanding is that this is now with the DILG for review, and the composition of this task force will be various law enforcement agencies in partnership with our local government units. We await the convening of this national task force, even as we continue to work with various embassies all over the world. Pertaining to international tourist arrivals, we would just like to put on record that data presented by the Bureau of Immigration together with eTravel shows that in 2025, a total number of 6.48 million international arrivals came upon the Philippines. This is a composite of foreign citizens as well as overseas Filipinos. If you compare the data from 2025 to 2024, using the same metrics of Bureau of Immigration and e-travel, there's actually a 0.76 growth rather than a decline. That being said, we recognize the challenges of the South Korean market. The decline in their outbound travel is not limited to the Philippines, but is seen all over the Southeast Asian region. With that, we have worked very closely with the Korean Embassy, our Korean communities, as well as our tourism attaches and the Tourism Promotions Board, precisely to ramp up efforts on promotions specific to the South Korean market. We have also sought to diversify our markets, veering away from a very high dependency on particular markets alone. With that, we have opened up the Indian market. Our president has shifted the policy from requiring visas to having visa-free travel from India to the Philippines. And this, in conjunction with the inaugural flights from Delhi to Manila, which began on October 1 at 3 times daily and which was increased to 5 times daily in December, we have immediately seen a 21% growth from the Indian market. In addition to this, challenges in recovering the Chinese market have also been devastating as far as tourism is concerned in the Philippines. Since 2023, the Department of Tourism has advocated for the institution of an electronic travel system for China, knowing how our competitors have liberalized their visa policies coming from China. The Department of Foreign Affairs instituted the e-travel only to suspend the same a few months later. We did not stop with our advocacy for liberalized visa policies, and we're pleased that very recently, visa-free travel from China has been announced. We do not anticipate an immediate surge in Chinese arrivals, but we do anticipate that since demand from China, according to our Beijing and Shanghai offices, has never waned, that there will be a gradual increase, especially in light of the forthcoming Chinese New Year celebrations. Even so, we recognize that recovery of flights coming from China is less than 50%. And therefore, we request the Civil Aeronautics Board, as well as our partners in the aviation industry, to help as far as accessibility coming into the Philippines and to help in the recovery of flights. Speaking of flights, I understand that the conversation on managing ticket prices is a going concern. This has been talked about not only now, but for many years now. And the solution always seems to be a long-term one. We either reclaim, we either extend the runway, or have to construct facilities that will address this problem, not now, but in the years to come. What has not found too much information or conversation in the public sphere is the fact that the airline industry is a deregulated industry by virtue of an executive order that was issued in 2011, and also in light of international treaties entered into by the Philippines. And so, it is a humble suggestion on the part of the Department of Tourism that since this is an investigation in aid of legislation, that perhaps it is high time that we revisit the regulations or lack of regulations as far as airline ticket pricing is concerned. My understanding is that the chief regulatory body of this matter is the Civil Aeronautics Board, which is why the Department of Tourism, as early as last year, presented its request to the CAB. First, to present a monthly index of ticket pricing for all airlines in order that there be no market shocks as far as the public is concerned, and in order that the CAB may be able to strictly implement its suggested price ceiling. Without a strict implementation of this matter, and without revisiting the deregulation of the airline industry, it is very difficult on the Department of Tourism to manage a matter that is simply not within its mandate. That being said, as far as promotions is concerned, and which is our chief mandate, I would like to put on the record a matter that has been already clarified by the Department of Tourism. In that, the magazine that bore my image, called Philippine Topics, that was published in Japan and subsequently distributed for free, absolutely had no consent, funding, or information on the part of myself or on the part of the Department of Tourism. I did not pay for that magazine. No government funds were used for that magazine, and my consent was never obtained in the use of my image for that magazine. That being said, I wish to clarify that the Department of Tourism maintains two social media sites. One is the corporate site, which reports on the activities of the agency as well as the head of its agency. As far as the programs and projects of the Department of Tourism is concerned, and inevitably, as I have sought as best I can to be as present as possible in all the destinations in the country that have been visited by us in the past 3 years, perhaps that is the reason why my face prominently appears in the Department of Tourism's website, as that reports on our activities. On the other hand, there is a marketing platform of the DOT that reports on all of the destinations and markets all of the destinations in conjunction as well with the sites of the Tourism Promotions Board. So we wish to assure this committee that the Department of Tourism has worked as hard as it could as far as promotions is concerned and has advocated as fiercely as possible as far as matters that can help or harm Philippine tourism, but are simply not entirely within the mandate of the DOT. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, yeah, thank you for that clarification, Secretary Frasco. You did say that you never give your consent to this magazine, Japanese magazine, for your picture to be featured in this magazine, free magazine. So what did you do after you learned that they use your picture, your image, and all, and even some items here that describes who you are? So how did they know who you are without you or some of your people telling them? And what did you do after you've learned, for example, if it's really true what you're saying, that they were using your pictures without their consent? Did you do anything?
Yes, definitely, Mr. Senator. An immediate investigation was conducted upon my directive, and this is how we were able to find out that Philippine Topics magazine had sought permission to cover the Philippine Expo Pavilion in Japan. This was during the launch of the Philippine National Day of the country in Osaka Expo. And so they were given access to cover the Philippine National Day in Osaka. And my understanding is that the photo that was used as cover for the magazine was lifted from the coverage of that particular event. And the contents of the magazine are all lifted content. These are not the product of interviews that were conducted by them towards me, as there was never any. Therefore, after having learned that they were given access to the Osaka Expo, a demand letter had then been sent to Philippine Topics. First, to establish for the record that the magazine was in no way a directive or an editorial decision on the part of the DOT, and that no government funds were used in the publication
Yes,
of
ma'am.
the
I
magazine.
understand that. So since may pag-amin po sa inyo na walang authority or you did not authorize them to use your pictures in this magazine, so para makabawi sila, bakit hindi niyo lang po kontakin ulit sila this time around with your authorization na mag-publish tayo ng mga magagandang tanawin sa Pilipinas, who we are, and what are the places that they can go. It's free anyway, you said, right? So why not contact them? Parang quits na tayo. Sige, nilagay nyo kami dyan ng walang paalam. Ngayon naman, may paalam na kayo, pero itong ilalagay nyo. So we will dictate to them what we want published in their magazine since it's free. Why don't we do that? Kasi mataas ang circulations nito, I would suppose, because it's a free magazine. At maganda, glossy itong magazine na ito. So why don't we take advantage of that?
My
And also,
understanding.
ma'am,
Mhm.
huwag ka magalit, ano? Kasi marami na akong natatanggap ng mga, feedback from other people na pagdating sa promotions, dapat ang pinopromote yung lugar, hindi dapat yung tao. Iwas tayo dun sa personality. We have to promote yung mga pupuntang lugar, like I said, yung underground river sa Palawan, I think it's 8 wonders of the world ata, is that considered? Tabon Cave, so many other places that we can feature na um, maingganyo po yung mga tourists to come over to our country. At i-minimize po natin yung mga festival. Okay, festivals good. But the tourists will not come to the Philippines because of the festival. They come to the Philippines because of our beaches, the adventure that they can take advantage of, yung mga diving sites, etc. So nakita ko kasi sa isang website ng Philippine Tourism natin, puro mga festival. Kung akong turista, ba't ako pupunta? Ayoko ng festival eh. Of course, may mga tao gusto ng festivals. Di ba? Pupunta sila. Mga tiatihan, kung ano-ano pa dyan. Sidulog. But hindi po magbebenta sa mga tourist dyan. Ang magbebenta sa mga tourist, yung adventure, wellness, food, etc. Yun ang po advice ko. So lastly, dito po, sige, para makabawi naman tong magazine na ito, balikan nyo sila, sabi mo, this time, authorize na namin, ito yung mga magandang tanawin na pwedeng pumunta, i-promote nyo ito. Can you do that?
Senator, unang-una po, hindi po ako nagagalit, nagtatrabaho lang po ako. Kaya siguro kaya po grabe po yung atake sa akin kaya hindi naman ako nagagalit, hindi na ako sumasagot, no. But I just wish to make clear na yung background ko po ay naging mayor po ako dun sa Cebu. Kaya yung manner, yung urgency, yung presence ng pagtatrabaho, ayun po yung background
Okay,
ko.
yes ma'am.
Hindi po ako sanay na magtrabaho sa loob lamang po ng opisina. Nandyan po ako on the ground. In less than 3 years po, nabisita na po natin yung lahat ng rehiyon ng Pilipinas and around 75% of all the 83 provinces of the Philippines.
I agree with you ma'am, totally.
Yeah.
Hardworking po kayo. Now, sabi niyo po, yung sa magazine, wala pong consent niyo, ilagay mukha niyo. How about dito po sa mga airport sa Cebu? Nandito po yung mukha niyo, welcoming the tourists
That's actually not an airport in Cebu. That I believe is in Boracay.
in Boracay.
Yes. Let
So
me,
instead po ng picture, like I said,
Yes,
nothing
yes.
personal with you, mama. Instead na, sabi ko kanina, personality, ba't di na lang tayo maglalagay ng mga lugar na pwedeng puntahan na para, like I said kanina, for the end time, maingganyo yung mga tao na, sige, pupunta ko, ang ganda niyan. Di ba parang sa ibang lugar, tulad sa Dubai, if I go to other countries, sa airport pa lang nila, makikita mo nun sa walls yung mga lugar na pwede pupuntahan na you're being invited to go to that place. In this case, yan po ba, may authorization po kayo na ilagay yung picture nyo dyan?
Senator Tulfo, I'm really glad that you brought this up because earlier you talked about the 5 lines that people are supposed to take before they can enter Boracay Island. That's in relation to this particular situation. So this matter was brought to us as far as the 1.5 hours of waiting time before you can go into Boracay. Considering that the port is being operated by the provincial government of Aklan, we then, as far back as 2 years ago, approached the governor as well as the mayor to provide guidance as far as how they can improve the tourist experience in Boracay. This then resulted in a public-private partnership between the private sector as well as the provincial government of Aklan to introduce an electronic system that would improve those lines, reduce the number of lines from 5 to 2 or 3, I believe, and reduce the waiting time from around 1.5 hours to much less than that. As I recall, the product of the PPP was launched last year. And I'm told that this tarpaulin was put up because I was supposed to have arrived at the inauguration of this PPP project. But another urgent matter came up here in Manila, and hence I was not able to attend. That is the reason why that welcome tarpaulin is there. But I did not direct the putting up of that tarpaulin, but the reason why it's there is because they put it up as a welcome sign at the launch of that PPP project to improve the ticketing of Boracay. Nonetheless, when this matter was brought to light, we actually already ordered all of our regional offices, including Region 6, to take down any offending material, as the case may be, or any material that bears my image. But at the end of the day, I believe that this is a matter of visibility and performance. The question is whether or not the Department of Tourism has performed its mandate in the past 3 years. I respectfully submit that we have, within the 93% slashed budget that we have been given and within the limited mandate that we have been given. But it's quite impossible for us to deliver a miracle if we are not provided with the appropriate funding and if we do not obtain the necessary assistance that is needed in order to ensure that infrastructure, connectivity, safety and security, and all of these matters are addressed.
Okay, ma'am, huwag kayong magalit ha. Bine-voice out ko lang kung ano yung mga sinasabi ng netizens, kung ano yung nakakarating sa akin sumbong. Now, sabi niyo po, yung sa Korea, wala kayong authorization doon, maging sa airport, may authorization ba kayo na para ilagay yung picture niyo? And then isa pa po, meron ditong promotion na kayo po'y nakasakay sa bangka and you're promoting the Philippines at kayo po'y nakadamit ng mga bulaklakin at sa Lake Cebu ba ito? Ito ba'y walang authorization nyo rin na ilalagay po yung mukha nyo doon sa cover ng magazine na kayo po'y nakabihis at parang nag-invite ng mga tourist?
Senator Tulfo, that photo I believe you're pertaining to is one that was taken during the Philippine Experience Program, Heritage, Culture, and Arts Caravan that the Department of Tourism implemented in the Soc-Sargen region. That is not a promotional material, but that's actually coverage of the activities of the department. That photo was taken at the time when we held the Philippine Experience Program in South Cotabato.
So bakit hindi na lang po model na taga roon mismo, native po sa lugar na yon, nakilala sa lugar na yon? Why you?
That photo was taken during my presence at the
Yes, ma'am,
South
I know, I
Cotabato.
understand.
Yes.
We don't have any fight on that matter. What I'm trying to say is, someone who's recognized in that community, in that place, yung kilala, kunyari, miss kung anong bansa, ano bang lugar po yan?
That's Lake Cebu.
Cebu. Oh, how about
Lake Cebu. Yes.
Lake Cebu in Cebu?
In South
And
Cotabato.
so, how about Miss Cotabato instead of you? Nakilala sa lugar na yan.
Senator
So,
Tulfo, let me clarify
No,
that.
no, ma'am, let me finish
Yes.
first.
Mm.
Kanina hindi kita in-interrupt. So bakit hindi na lang po yung isang native na kilala ng mga tao na kapag nakita nila, maagad-agad maintindihan nila bakit siya nandyan as opposed to ikaw. Isa pa po. Ma'am, these are the things that I'm trying to voice out today. Nothing personal, nothing about you. These are the complaints that my office received, my action center received. They came to me and they talked to me and they told me everything I'm telling you now. Isa pa dito, meron sa isang, ano ba to? Pinakita sa amin na puro nakalagay frasco sa isang, sa Ninolan, Cebu. So doon sa mga, yung sa mga tabi-tabi na may mga eateries, mga karinderya. So merong kahabaan, puro karinderya sa, I think sa highway ba ito? So sa taas, sana inilagay niyo po doon yung mga lugar na pwedeng pasyalan. I'm sure na dadaan dito yung mga turista kasi highway po ito. Sa halip na ilagay niyo po yung karatula doon ng mga places na pwedeng bisitahin, ang nilagay niyo po doon, puro apelyido niyo po all the way. So siguro po walang authorization sa inyo. Baka yung mga tao niyo lang pong gumawa niyan without you telling them. Baka merong gustong sumipsip sa inyo at nilagay yung name nyo. So siguro po pwede yung sabihin yung mga tao nyo next time, wag puro ako. Dapat yung mga lugar na talagang bebenta sa mga tourist. Is that good enough?
Senator, with all due respect, I just wish to place on the record that the photos that have been used and transformed into memes are actually work photos.
Is that AI? You're telling me that's AI?
No.
Okay.
This is a work photo. I was in Lake Cebu in South Cotabato promoting the Philippine Experience Program. The interpretation or misinterpretation of that, of course, is up to public consumption. But we have all the documentation to prove that my presence there was a legitimate one, and it was to help the destination as far as crafting of tourism packages, tourism circuits, building up of attention for the destination in conjunction with our tourism stakeholders.
I'm not saying, Mom, that you're not present, your presence there is not legit. Okay? What I'm saying is, yung presence mo doon, yung sa picture na yan, it doesn't fit in sa taste ng mga Pilipino na nakakita po niyan. Kaya nga po, binabash po kayo. Hanggang sa pumunta po sila sa action center ko para magreklamo. Nung malaman nila magkakaroon ng hearing ng ganito, they came to my office and they told me na ito yung baka pwede mo iparating sa Department of Tourism. That's why I'm trying to voice it out today here in the hearing. Okay. So, kasi ang nangyari, ma'am, ang dating daw sa kanila, parang pinopromote mo yung sarili mo versus dapat yung Pilipinas ang pinopromote mo o yung mga probinsya ang pinopromote mo versus you're promoting yourself. Yun po yung dating sa mga tao. Hindi po sa akin yun, ha? That's not from me, from them. So ang dating po sa mga tao na you're trying to promote yourself. So maybe we have to refrain from doing that. We can use model siguro. Di ba? Like I said, yan sabi mo sa Cotabato ba yan? Saan lugar yan? South Cotabato. Then let's use Miss South Cotabato as the model or a native South Cotabato. Ano ba yung pinaka-native dyan sa Cotabato? Yung mga indigenous people in Cotabato. Much better versus kayo po. Yun po yung pinopoint out ng mga lumapit po sa akin. Mr. Chair, gusto mo magsalita si Ms. Rasco?
Sec, you want to respond?
Yes, I completely hear you, Senator, and I'm grateful that you have brought these matters to light. But since I have the floor, I would just like to reiterate my position that I have tried to be as present as possible in our destinations and for our stakeholders. That is the extent of the duty that I have exercised and nothing more. I have no national ambition. I'm not running for any national position. And therefore, any accusation of self-promotion would fall flat because I am not running for any national position in 2028. And therefore, there would be no reason for me to promote myself.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not saying that you're running. Don't put words into my mouth. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, yung po nakakalata yung mga tao na parang pinopromote yung sarili mo for whatever reason. Now, also, ma'am, compared to other countries like Vietnam, Korea, Malaysia, Japan, hindi niyo po nakikita yung mukha ng mga secretaries ng Department of Tourism nila doon eh. Wala. Never ka makita sa tourist materials ng kahit anong bansa na banggit ko, yung kanilang Secretary of Tourism, pinopromote yung mga muka ng mga pictures nila. That's what the
Yes.
people that came to me.
Perhaps if it is the pleasure of the
Yeah.
senator that I no longer visit our destinations or that there be no coverage of the same, we can take that into serious consideration. But as far as I'm,
Of
my
course, ma'am,
understanding.
of course, ma'am, you can
yes.
visit. Why not? Yeah, I would even, people will appreciate you going there so that makita mo on the ground kung ano yung mga kulang, ano yung mga kailangang gawin, etc. But what we are saying here, ma'am, please, huwag mo i-promote yung sarili mo. Pag pumunta
have
ka mo
not,
sa isang lugar,
Senator.
kung ano yung mga kulang doon, punahin mo and then punuan mo. Yun po yung point ng mga netizens na lumapit po sa akin. Okay? It has nothing to do about you. It has something to do na may problema at sinasabi na kung ano yung problema na dapat punuan natin ngayon.
Senator, we would be also very happy to provide your office with all of the promotional efforts that we have made sans my face in the destinations covered in order to indicate that
Thank you.
the Department of Tourism has not ever ceased from promoting our destinations, notwithstanding our very, very limited budget.
Yes, Ms. Rasco, is it about regarding this topic? Can I just go get back to you? I just want to finish first yung po sa air